Third letter to Barack Obama, January 6, 2009. Dear President Barack Obama, let me tell you that I am really devastated reading about your no comment concerning the present massacre, crime of war, or state terrorism going on in Gaza. Because of some great US Jewish dissidents who challenge Israel, we know plenty of things that the usual media, CNN, New York Times, etc., don't tell. Talking about US Jewish dissidents, I wonder if you have read Naomi Wolf's book, Fascist America in 10 Easy Steps. There are also other great US dissidents, writers like Naomi Klein, Carolyn Baker, Mike Rupert, etc. Do not forget William Bloom and his two books, Killing Hope, Rogue State. I strongly advise you to add yourself to his email list. About your surprising no comment, I am reading the article written by Joshua Frank, Barack Obama, on Israel's siege of Gaza, December 30, 2008. He writes, as President-elect Barack Obama vacationed in Hawaii on December 26, an Israeli air raid besieged the impoverished Gaza Strip, killing at least 285 people and injuring over 800 more. It was the single deadliest attack on Gaza in over 20 years, and Obama's initial reaction on what could be his first real test as president was no comment. Reiterating the rationale that Israel's bombing of Gaza was an act of retaliation and not of aggression, Axelrod, on behalf of the Obama administration, continued to spread the same misinformation as President Bush, that Hamas was the first to break the ceasefire agreement, which ended over a week ago, and Israel was simply responding judiciously. The escalation to war could and should have been avoided. It was the state of Israel which broke the truce 2 months ago. The Israeli peace group Gush Shalom brought in a press release. Since then, the army went on stoking the fires of escalation with calculated raids and killings whenever the shooting of missiles on Israel decreased. Over the last 7 years, only 17 Israeli citizens have been killed by Palestinian rocket fire. The asymmetry of the conflict leaves an opening for harsh criticism from the soon-to-be President Barack Obama. He has every right to oppose Israel's belligerence. The international community and the majority of public opinion are on his side. Because of your no comment, President Obama, everybody will think that this is not leadership, is a continuation of the policy of George W. Bush and Condoleezza Rice. If Axelrod is correct, and Barack Obama does indeed support the bloodshed inflicted upon innocent Palestinians by the Israeli military, there should be no celebrating during Inauguration Day 2009, only mass protests of a Middle East foreign policy that must change in order to begin a legitimate peace process in the region. Personally, Mr. President, I want to remind you that for me, the Israeli raid of Saturday, December 27, 2008, at 11:30 in the morning over Gaza is a pure style Nazi raid. Why? Because those glorious 43 US-made airplanes, they did the job. in only 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Yes, less than 4 minutes. But the job was terrific and glorious too, since it left on the ground 285 dead people and 800 injured. The reason? That because in 8 years, 12,000 Qassam-fired rockets over Israel caused 17 dead people. Conclusion: if the Hamas people are terrorists, then David Ben-Gurion, Golda Meir, Begin, Shimon Peres, the Israeli government, the Israeli army, Bush, Blair, etc. are state terrorists and war criminals. President Obama, I strongly believe that the spirit of evil, the same that manipulated and possessed Hitler, is latent, hidden in everybody's human nature, and if we don't fight it, it will prevail. Actually, the same evil spirit that possessed Hitler is possessing the Israeli government, Shimon Peres, Bush, Blair, maybe the Pope, and many other political leaders. Why? Because for them people are nothing, and only power or money is worth. The world is going in the direction of the first nuclear world war. All the elements are in place. If Benjamin Netanyahu wins the next Israeli election, it will correspond to the election of Hitler as Chancellor of Germany in 1933. The, by far, greatest creation of the State of Israel and present to the world community is the invention of Arab anti-Semitism. With determined fascist people like Benjamin Netanyahu, the possibility of an Arab Shoah is very big. Then, as I wrote 6 years ago, because of the countries and population involved, combined with arms of massive destruction, in the future, if there will be a future, the Hitler's satanic Jewish Shoah will appear as a children's game. If we don't learn from our mistakes, we will repeat them. The genocide of the Armenians served to Hitler as a model and example for the Jewish genocide. And that same Shoah is the potential link to the Arab genocide or Shoah. Who is the first actress in this tragic theater? The human indifference. In fact, somebody wrote that indifference is worse than evil. That's because against evil we can fight and sometimes even win, but in front of indifference we are completely impotent. Mr. President Obama, don't forget that you won the election telling to the hoping people, the change is come, and yes, we can. I hope that you still believe in that, and it wasn't only rhetoric, and that in the future we will not have to feel sorry and have to say the change didn't come, or no, we cannot. Remember also that our good intentions is paved the path to hell. Best regard, Valerio Tonoli. For people who don't understand my English, they can read the text in these blogs upon here. Goodbye, Valerio Tonoli.